Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we're going to be unboxing Yarnable from Hypnotic Yarn, November 2025. My brain is a little bit scattered. I am not going to lie. My brain is just a little... Anyway. So, I have been sharing this for years. I reviewed Yarnable subscription box many years ago now. I've continued to purchase it. So if that tells you anything about how that review went, I understand. Cheryl Ham is the owner of Hypnotic Yarn. Hypnotic Yarn is the one that produces Yarnable. You never know month to month what Cheryl is going to send, but you know it is going to be spectacular. So last month and the month before, I actually had some really interesting back conversations with a couple of you guys off the channel because you enjoyed the pairing part, and I enjoy doing the pairings. So if you're new here, at the end of the video, I'm going to go to my basket of all my Yarnables, and I'm going to very quickly, like less than 60 seconds, comb through everything that's in the basket and pull things that would coordinate to this month's yarn. And because of the pairings, some of you guys went back and bought previous kits that you had opted to skip. So with Yarnable, you can skip a month if you're not liking what that month's theme is, or you don't really have time to make something, or you just need to skip a month because you need to skip a month. This comes in single skein, multi-skein, full skein with a partial skein, like a mini skein. You can get just yarn plus extras. There's multiple different configurations for this kit. So after a couple of months, a lot of times on Hypnotic or through Yarnable, you can purchase previous month's kits. Cheryl has been running some excellent sales for subscribers of Yarnable, and like just behind the scene deal and get it before it's launch type stuff. So I love being a member of Yarnable, even though I am still on a very scant yarn diet and I have to be good. And it's very tempting because I want to buy everything she does. Oof. But anyway, you guys have gone back and purchased months you had skipped because the pairings were just kind of epic. And I'm just saying, I was rather pleased with October's pairings. Go back and watch October's unboxing if you're curious. But I just wanted to point out that that is always an option. If something I pull up in a pairing has a recent month's yarn with it, and that's one you skipped or one from before you joined, if you choose to join, there is a link down below in the description box. Help a girl out if you cost you nothing, but I might get a couple cents, and we all know how things are going right now. But yeah, so that's enough yik-yakking. I love this subscription box. When you find a dyer that you are compatible with, something like a subscription box with them, you might not be able to use the yarn that month because you might not have anything to go with it, or you just might not be inspired to immediately make with it. But when you have a dyer that dyes consistently their style, and you like their style, you will get yarns that will coordinate eventually. So wait to see what we end up finding, because I've got to go diving. I'm so excited. I just opened the yarn after I got up here. Anyway, extras for this month. We have a little notebook. Love me a good notebook. I use notebooks all the time. I say it here all the time. I'm an analog girl in a digital world. I write notes like nobody's business. I am the queen of Post-its and pens. We also got 2 of these, and these have dates, patterns, and how much you like them. I think these are very useful if you have a place to put these, that you will see these. It's all about how your brain organizes information. And for me, I don't have a steady place that I can put this other than my journal. So these will be going into next year's journal, which I still have to make after I finish Project Christmas Blanket and making my Christmas cards and getting those posted out. Pray for me, you guys. Pray. I need the prayers. So those were our extras this month. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's jump into this yarn because I kind of love this. Just saying, it screams turkey dinner to me in the best kind of way, but love it. The theme here is wild currant. Now, I'm kind of surprised because we've gotten a lot of pinks and a lot of reds from Cheryl. For some reason, this shade of pink, I don't know that we've gotten a huge pop of this in another yarn by itself. Loving the depth of this cranberry color. It doesn't read purple, it reads rich magenta. I mean, especially like when you see down here, like it's just this beautiful, rich cranberry color. And then we have, teal and brown to go with that. It just screams like Thanksgiving dinner with a centerpiece to me. Absolutely love the colors. This, I think, would be fantastic if you had like a khaki color and you were doing a like Fair Isle with like a camel's more the right color. Camel with these colors. I think that would be so yummy. It would also be really pretty with something maybe more towards like the orange maize gold yellow color and this together. But that's just what my brain was kind of thinking. But it would also be beautiful striped. It would be beautiful in a pair of socks. It would make a beautiful shawl. I love that. And I just love like I said, you just never know what you're going to get. You can get some of the most beautiful neons or cool tone colors, or I know I keep coming back to the sunflower. The sunflower September was just stunning. I'm not a yellow girly, and that one still gets me at like how instantly I had to just work it. So anyway, I'm going to jump into my bin of goodness here and see what we have from previous months that will coordinate. Okay, well, good news, I did find some things. Bad news, I don't think anything's complete, and we're in stretch mode. The combination of the tone of brown and the tone of pink that is in this actually made it a little more difficult than I thought. So there are colors outside of this that I know would work, but I'm trying to keep this all within the Yarnable family here. So the first one I have here is the Sinfully Delicious or Sinful Delight. This is from November 2023. And once again, it's that, like I said, for some reason I was thinking camel, somehow thinking like Maisie. This is kind of more coppery. But I think like if you were doing these in a subtle Fair Isle design, you could have a lot of fun playing with these going opposite of each other, or even like a mosaic kind of design where this is more your solid and this is your running yarn. You would have to find the right pattern for just these two together. However, if you have something like Wings of Renewal, which is March 2025's yarn, combining these two for your main project, this is this bluge. It's a blue, gray, green combo down here, and it's more of like a bluish, tealy color down here. Combining these two in some sort of a main pattern, and I was thinking like if you have this running to the background and this running to the front with like the almost the knit stitch that looks like Tunisian simple stitch, which is like a mosaic stitch. Anyway, and doing an alternate of the copper, I think that could work. Once again, you have to see the texture pattern that I have in my brain, and I can't describe it. It's one of those things I can't get out in a good description. Now, I think this would be beautiful in a fade, and I wish I had something that could help me jump between these and the olive green that I have. But these two together would be spectacular. This is the only time where we've seen any other of this like cranberry color. And we're playing with kind of, this one's a little bit more deeper, a little bit more broody. This is How Time Flies from January 2024. Where is, we do have an olive green somewhere. I pulled it for another combo, and I might have actually pulled it out of rotation because it went with something else that I was thinking about making a project with. That appears to be the case. Yeah. The other one that I think would also work with this, and actually with this as a combo, going from dark to light. This is September 2025, Shroom with a View. But I still feel like we need something in between these two, because this seems awfully light even compared to this one. But I think that would make a beautiful fade. We just need something in between here that's maybe a little bit more of the pink with that like an underwash of like this color maybe, and a speckling of the teal. Anyway, this helps jump between the brown in here and the gray in the Shroom with a View, because this has that olivey color in there, which kind of pulls towards the brown, but we also have the dusky teal that will pull to the gray tone as well. So anyway, that is what I came up with. I really wish I could come up with a way to describe the texture where I'm seeing these patterns, these palettes working together. They're definitely distinct, and it's the kind of thing, like if you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I can't describe it enough to help you find it or to find it for myself. But I do think you could have a lot of fun playing with textures with these kinds of color palettes. I think a lot of times with hand-dyed yarns, we lock ourselves into only doing stockinette because we're going to let the yarn do the work, which is great. I do that all the time. Don't worry. I'm not saying don't do that. But I think we lock ourselves into projects like that, and we're afraid sometimes to move out of our comfort zone. But, you know, if you have a brocade or mosaic knitting pattern book, thumb through it and get some ideas of how to play with these, especially when you have something that reads almost solid versus something that is a variegated. Like this almost could read solid up against this one. And I still think I would use this as the secondary color and make this this would be the background color and foreground color, where we're playing with the depth and broodiness and the light is peering through. Anyway, I know what I'm trying to communicate, and I don't know how to verbalize and describe it. But anyway, that's what we have for Yarnable this month. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because my brain is now going like 20 miles a minute as to what I could pair this with and what I could create with it, because I have other magentas in my stash and I'm like, oh, I have some ideas. I have some ideas of brewing. They have to wait till next year. I have to finish Project Christmas Blanket, but we are going to have some brutally kick butt projects for next year, because I have some stuff pulled together. We are going to be using some Yarnable. We are going to be using some ALC. We are going to be using some of the beautiful hand-dyeds that I got in Charlotte at the Southern Comfort Fiber Market. We are going to be having some fun next year. I can't wait. I love you guys. I hope you are having a wonderful, fantastic day. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Bye, guys.